pass rush, right? Aidan Hutchinson,
Non-existent.
where is he? Right? Like, and I know you say if you question him, it's you're just a Michigan State homer. Like, no, like Aidan Hutchinson's a dude. Like, I like Aidan Hutchinson.
They're paying him a ton of money.
But again, like you got to perform, man. And that hasn't happened. And yes, of course he's getting chipped, and occasionally he's getting double teamed, and he's got a tight end, he's got a wider rush, all that. I mean, yes, I mean all that is in there, but like, man, you're getting paid like a dude, like. And give the Packers credit. They schemed up Micah Parsons a little bit, which is pretty cool. He wasn't just coming off the edge. You know what I'm saying? Like, they schemed him up a lot, being an A-gap and B-gap guy. And that was pretty cool. And obviously they knew where some mismatches were on the offensive line and took advantage of it. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely took advantage of the Lions' injuries to the interior offensive line. When you can match up Micah Parsons against a Wesker or Cologne, that's just not even fair. It's just not even fair.
No.
I want to stick on the Aidan Hutchinson point for just a second. My concern was always, when they went into the season, they didn't get Za'Darius Smith, and I was wondering why. Eventually we would find out why. His heart wasn't really in playing. I mean, he ended up retiring midway through the season, so understandable that they didn't sign him. But to not go out and get anybody, especially not get anybody at the deadline, you're putting so much pressure on Aidan Hutchinson. I don't want to make excuses for him, because yes, he's getting paid a ton of money. He got the extension and all that. He's looked at to be the star of the defense, but he is coming off a broken leg, a pretty serious injury, and you're putting a ton of pressure on him to be the sole pass rusher on this defense when you don't go out and get anybody in the offseason, you don't draft anybody, and you don't make a trade at the deadline to go and get somebody. I think that directly is negative to Brad Holmes.
Sure it is. I mean, unless they're thinking, like the development of the rest of their defensive line is going to get them to the point where they don't need that additional pass rusher, right, to help Aidan Hutchinson out. That's the only thing I can think of. And like, there is some truth to long-term roster construction, right? Like, not every position can be loaded. You know what I'm saying? They have money tied into so many other positions. It's hard to be great at every one position. But when you feel like the organization is that close, which is everybody felt, NFC Championship game a couple of years ago, 1 seed last year, like, you feel like, let's just go do it. And Micah Parsons is a difference maker. And if he's on the Lions, you know what I mean? Different story. I do think he was the main difference the other day.